Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I am introducing my new challenge lock, Impossibilities. But before I do that, I want to talk about the box itself. This box was created off of my challenge box Duality that I did a project with Joe Picks, where we made a challenge box with 2 locks and then you kind of trade locks inside. So I basically took the one mechanism off. I just shrunk it down this way and I shrunk it down this way, and I left a space on this side. 2 reasons: one, to keep it balanced; 2, that's where I intend to put the key. So with Impossibilities, I'm going to lock the key inside. And if you've seen Duality, you've seen this box. There's a spot for the latch, and there's a shelf down here that it sits on. This is the lifter. This holds the lifter, and then the piece where the kick cylinder goes. So you'd put the kick cylinder in, it'd have a straight tailpiece sticking out the back, and then you would drop this in, and then that lever would go on that flat tailpiece, and it'd all be aligned. And then when the lock goes, it'll actually turn this, and the tailpiece is cut off right at the edge of the plastic. I just took a Dremel and cut it off. So then it drops in, that latch sits on that ledge down there, and then the lifter sits on the ledge, and then the latch sits on top of that. And then when you lock it, it comes up about 6 millimeters or so into the locking into the lid. So that's the box. I like the design. It holds the kick cylinder really well. So that led me to, Duality led me to Impossibilities. I'm not going to take the key out because I don't want to give up the bidding, but I will, open it up. It's got the same mechanism inside. The only difference is it's shorter. The key is going to go in here. There's not a whole lot of room, but that's where the key is going to go. It does fit. So the key will be locked in the box, and I can't pick this lock. I've picked on it for a couple hours and I can't get anywhere with it. So it's a really difficult lock. So I'll have to partially gut it, take the key out, put the core back in, and put the key in here, close it up, and then latch it shut. And from that point, it's locked in there indefinitely till whoever picks it and gets it open. Now, I know normally the key is out. People can see the key, or they just mummify it and it goes alongside. I'm mummifying it inside. I can show you right now. The key works. I'll take the key out, hiding the bidding, but the key goes in very easily. There's no problem with the operation of the key. Everything works very smooth. It's all fair. The key's just gonna be locked inside. Why am I doing that? Well, lock number 2 on Duality was ridiculously difficult. It still is. Lock number 1 was also difficult. It was never intended to be that way. So I took 2 of the pins out of each of the locks and put them in a case, put them inside of the Duality box, and that's how it's going around. If somebody wants to try 6 pins, they can put 6 pins in and do it. But they'll have already picked it with 4 or 5 pins in each of those locks. So kind of progressively pinning it, getting familiar with the lock. I didn't want that. I decided I wanted it to be a clean, if I want to do a hard lock that's going to be hard for somebody to get into, I want it to be clean from zero. I don't want them to be able to take it apart, progressively pin it, learn it, and then say, hey, I picked it in 5 minutes or whatever. To his credit, Kawaki Karma has picked the lock number 2 on Duality. He picked it with 4 pins, then he picked it with 6. Again, I'm not taking anything away from him. He did a great job. He picked that lock. It's a tough lock to pick. But that's kind of where I got the idea to hide the key away. It'll come with the key. If you want to gut it, you'll be able to gut it, but it'll be locked away. So, and congratulations to Kawaki Karma for getting that. That's an impressive lock to open, because I think it's 6 or 7 people before him tried and were not able to. So not with 6 pins. I don't know how many people actually tried it with 6 pins, to be honest. I know the first two, and then him and one other, and they were not able to get it. So at least 4 people, 3 or 4, including me, 4 people were not able to get it with 6 pins. So that's why this is like that. It's going to be locked away. If you open it, great. If you can't open it, move it on to somebody else, and hopefully they can. It's going to go to Picksmith first. I believe he's going to send it over to Europe with Duality when he sends Duality. But he may pick this for 20 minutes and he may pop it open. He's a really good lock picker, so who knows. But I believe that's where it's going to go first, is to Picksmith. So from there, I made a box for the regular kicks. Not one that I think is going to be really nearly impossible to get. This is just going to be a thing that I send kick cylinders out with. But the difference is, one, it can be handheld. I rounded it so it's kind of comfortable to hold. And I have bigger hands, but I still think that even with smaller hands, I think it's going to be something that can be handheld, sitting on your couch or in your chair, favorite chair, or whatever. Just kick back and pick on it for a while. I think it'll do really well for that. I think it's a nice little holder. The insides are exactly the same, except everything's been shortened up, just like Impossibilities. Now, the key is also inside of this one. However, I left it accessible. I actually made a little door for the back, so this plate will slide out and you can get to the key. So, you know, it's mummified. You shouldn't look at the key, but if you give up and you want to see the pins, you know, this is just a standard lock, or standard challenge lock, so you can do that. Yeah, so operation of the lock is super smooth. It works. There's nothing hanging up on them. I can show you the latch here. It comes up with the key, comes well up into the lid, and it locks in super tight. So not super tight, I mean it's loose, but it's super secure. It's a very sturdy design. So that's it. That's the box. This is how I'm going to send out kick challenge locks from now on, is with this type of case. You know, and if somebody decides they really don't want to pick it in this, maybe they have their own holder that they want to pick it with, you know, they could take it out and pick it in that as well. But I think this is a cool presentation idea. So that's it. That's my new challenge lock. That's Impossibilities. Hopefully it'll travel somewhere near you. If I get a really good response from US people in the comments to this video, maybe I'll make a second one to stay in the US while this one goes to Picksmith and then overseas. I don't know. We'll see. But that's all I have. Hope you enjoy the boxes. Thank you, and have a great thank you for stopping by, and have a great rest of your day.